Casper looks like a polar bear that has eaten a raw seal. I have 3 or 4 things that are bothering me around here, and I just need to get them done because I'm going crazy. The first is this fence row. I'm not even sure what kind of weeds those are, but they need to go. But first, let's go get the cows fed. As you hear, the cows are quite hungry. I'm hurrying. Come on, cows. Oh, they're already here. Well, they're in a different order this time. I let this fence line get away from me, and I'm not even certain what kind of weeds these are, but I waited too long. I couldn't use a yard trimmer or a weed eater, depending on what you call it, because the stems on these things were probably the size of my pinky, and there's no way that I would be able to get through that with just a yard trimmer. So I went the old school method, and I took my loppers and went out there and cleaned the entire fence row. Wish I'd have brought some water with me. And this actually worked out pretty good, because you know how when you wake up in a mood to do some work? That's how I was today. And though this wasn't real physically taxing, it was tedious, and those thorns and briars in there were sharp, but it felt really good when I got this thing completed. I think I earned a drink of water. Haynes, come on. Casper looks like a polar bear that has eaten a raw seal, but he's got some skin pulled back. I think it's from when I go to feed him in there with the goats. He kind of shoos them away and kind of pushes them away with his mouth, and he's growling and barking. And I think when they go to pull away, the horns are catching right above his nose there, and it's causing it to wear off. And that red spray is just a fly repellent and antibiotic that I put on the infected Rabbit area. Manure is considered cold manure, so you can actually put it right on your plants. I'm not going to be planting anything till the spring because of these stupid hips of mine. All right. Nope, down. Let's get this car moved and the pulley changed on the John Deere 0 degree mower. Out so I have room to work on the lawnmower. We are working on a John Deere Z 545R, and I'm gonna take the entire deck off. I'm gonna slide the mower, or move the mower over so I can slide the deck out. If I do it right here, I don't really have room. Where's the camera? Oh, I've never had a deck off one of these before, but all the ones I've taken off, they're pretty similar. And let's see. It looks like this pin here. I've never seen a pin like that. Never seen one like that. Let's see what the back looks like. Looks like more of these same pins. Sometimes the weight of this deck makes these back pins hard to get off. Now we can typically knock these pins out. I don't know where that pin went. It's got just a little bit too much tension to do it by hand. I just got my finger caught in there, so I'm gonna slide the screwdriver around the pulley. We should have just this one pin to get out. All right, that should do it. I forgot these front ones. If I think about it, I'm going to replace those stupid pins with regular cotter pins. wanted to take this whole deck off because I never cleaned it real well last year, and all the blades need sharpened. Right, there's actually a very easy way to remember this. I don't worry about this, but some people might. Lawnmower blades come out of the factory at a 30-degree angle. After you sharpen it, if you want to know if you have the right angle, take a measurement of the width of this metal. In this case, it's a 1/4 inch. You double that to a 1/2 inch, and you measure from the top of this bevel to the sharp part of your blade, and that should be double the width of the metal. So 1/4 inch, you make this a 1/2 inch, and you see my blade is short. So I don't have a perfect 30-degree angle on that, nor do I care. But if you're interested in perfection, then after you sharpen this, if you want it the exact 30-degree angle, double the width of the blade. And in this case, it's a 1/2 inch. That should be your distance of the bevel. I'm not gonna worry about that, but some people might wanna know. And I'm blind in my left eye. Always use personal protection. This is gonna be loud, Beans. You might wanna get out of here. Get back. One down, 2 to go, plus we need to replace that pulley. It was the one opposite of the chute, so this one needs to come off. Let's see, is that a 1/2 inch? Yes, it is. In case you're wondering, that blade that I already sharpened was off. The threads inside of that pulley got stripped and the blade came off. So when I was using it, luckily I felt the vibration and cut the mower off right away, and I was able to save that blade and not cause any damage under the deck. I always mark the bottom of everything, so I make sure they go on the right way, even though it's fairly obvious. This deck doesn't really need cleaned like I thought it did. All right, let's go ahead and swap this bad boy out. I just checked, looks like the same part, and it bolts up nicely. We'll take it as a win. Gotta put that cover back on that one. I'm gonna get these blades off and sharpened. We'll see if this ratchet will get these off. I don't know. I'm gonna get the gun. It's a 3/4 in case you're wondering. Whew, I don't see how those were cutting anything. My blade's getting awful small. Get this bad boy on here. This last one sharpened. The blades are sharpened. Right, I went in to get a bite to eat. So let's see here. I think I'll spin this mower sideways. It should be pretty light with nothing on it. A lot of times these underside are caked with wet grass, and it's so thick it never really has a chance to dry unless it's in the middle of the summer and you don't mow for a while. But surprisingly, we don't have that problem. Just making sure I got everything greased. I think I do. I can slide this bad boy under there. And before I get that hooked up, I'm tired of messing with this tire. I put that valve stem on. It's really too big for it, but that's all I had. And I'm gonna go clean this, the inside where that bead is. It's filled with dry grass and it hasn't had a good seal on that bead in a long time. We'll see if that takes care of the problem. Still have a little leak right there. Well, I think we got it sealed. Gonna lift the back of this a little bit so I can slide that belt around that pulley a little easier. I don't need a lot of room. All right, so that's not back quite far enough. So I'm gonna slide that deck back just a little bit. You see where it pulls that clutch to give you a little bit of slack. So if you start it on one side, you can typically get enough slack to roll it around there. There we go. So that's on the pulley correctly. Now we just add our 6. I don't know what John Deere calls those, but I don't like them. I think I have to take that guard off. I don't want to bend that. Could probably heat it up, make that rubber a little more pliable. Or I could do that. That'll work too. Well, leave it up to John Deere to make cotter pins complicated. I'm not certain this deck is on correctly. Because this should be at the low point right now, but maybe when the weight of that deck is fully on these pins. Man, those things are stupid. For me, taking the deck off is the easy part. Trying to get it back on is not as easy. And right about there is where my battery died for my camera. I had all the blades sharpened and I went up here and just wanted to make sure that the new pulley that I put on was put on correctly and that it functioned properly. So with those sharp blades, I was able to cut through this thick grass, which worked out nicely because it cleaned up the area that I will be working on next, which is finishing this little chicken run right next to the garden. Thanks for watching.